Right and wrong in the school system. How does this work? So, you go to the school system, and they give you a whole bunch of information that actually just gets in the way of one being able to become effective in the world. That's pretty straightforward and obvious, isn't it? That the way the information is given to us just gets in the way of us actually being able to go into something that exists in this world and go into it from a place where we are going to be looking at the information relatively towards the practicality of what needs to be accomplished in order to function in the world. There's this kind of pretty fucked up ideal of higher learning and superiority that justifies this over-sweetened hash mash of random shit. So they give you all this fucking crap, and someone somewhere has assumed that they know you and they know every single one of your peers well enough to have the right to decide exactly what you're going to learn, down to the most minute detail. During the most important years of your development in the system. And if you don't agree with this person and have a lack of motivation to participate and don't see the point because it's not about your life or you ever becoming or doing what you want to do in the world, they set up the system so that you can't participate. You're not allowed to participate unless you agree with the higher authorities. Or are at least willing to put in a pretty massive amount of effort into creating the appearance that you do agree with the higher authorities. And it's set up with these tests of information. They give you a question and you have to pick an answer, and in order to know the answer, you have to be able to understand the values that are assigned to the words in the question in the same way that the system assigns those values to those words. So it's like we're being conditioned to accept a certain point of view that is inherently spiteful and that contains lots of animosity within it towards living human beings. That's the point of view that we're conditioned to accept. So, if you agree, or at least are, for whatever reason, able to piece these things together and make it look like you agree with the system, you get a green arrow. What brought this point up for me was this online quiz that I'm taking, I have to pick a clause or whatever, and if I pick the right clause, I get a green symbol, and if I pick the wrong answer, I get a red symbol. Just like traffic lights. Green, you get to go. You get to go through the system, and red, you have to stop. Now, testing like this it actually helps me learn. It gives me like that moment where I have to like go like, okay, what is this and what does this word mean? And I have to define these grammar phrases like dependent and independent clauses and certain kinds of phrases, and I get to like explore for myself the definition of these words. It could be made a lot more simple, granted, but this is fine. This is fine. This could help me learn the way that English works. But my ability to participate in the world should not get a red light if I don't do this. For whatever reason, I don't do it well. I don't do it right. Why not have an alternative route for me to go? So that if, let's just say I'm horrible with fucking grammar, does not interest me at all, I don't give a fuck about grammar, for whatever the reason. Wouldn't it, rather than have me sitting in the system festering and just sucking up resources, wouldn't it be better to have a different outlet into which I could go so that I could continue to participate in the system effectively? I mean, like this world system isn't even remotely effective. Not in like any way at all. It's so fucking wasteful. Oh yeah, so that point of having an outlet into which I can go, where I can develop skills that I enjoy and participate in the world, doing things that I enjoy, that's equal money. From what I've read about it, everyone will have enough money to live, and because of that, this system, which is forced in the most heinous and brutally ridiculous manner to continue its own destruction. That necessity to continue the way things are, because to stop means losing all access to money. That won't exist anymore, and the only consequence of that is that gold and silver and debt aren't going to be worth as much anymore. So that's the exchange. I mean, I guess it depends on what you value in the world. Have you been conditioned to be spiteful towards living human beings? Maybe you have, I don't know. But to me, it just makes a lot of sense that if we had enough money to live, then that would be possible to develop a system where everyone is able to participate. And it wouldn't only be possible, but it would be the sensible and prudent thing to do. I mean, it already is the sensible and prudent thing to do, so let's fucking get busy in making that happen. Alright, so equal money. Equal money kicks ass. Equal money is what we should do. We should all start to find value in making equal money a reality. I will include a link in the video description to their website. Adios.